Now look at number 7 from pressure and gas laws. This problem says, how many moles of air, if you're looking for the number of moles, that's N. So that's your unknown. How many moles of air are in a refrigerator with a volume equal to 0.635 meters cubed at a temperature equal to 2.00 degrees Celsius and a standard atmospheric pressure. Standard atmospheric pressure for this refrigerator is listed as 1.01325 times 10 to the 5th pascals. Now, we have to note, gas law constant is going to be 8.31 pascals times meters cubed over moles times Kelvin. So in this one, we have conditions that are not changing. So the problem we would like to use for this, so the formula, should be PV equals nRT. Remember, if conditions were changing and we had different volumes or pressures, we would use combined gas law. But in this case, nothing's changing. We just want to know how many moles of air are inside the fridge. So solving for N, I would divide by RT. Divide by RT. This gives me N alone. So rewriting it, I get N equals pressure times volume over R, the constant, times the temperature. Now one thing to note here, if I look at R is in Kelvin. And if I look up here, my temperature is given in Celsius. So I do need to do a conversion on that, remembering that we had to add 273 to convert Celsius to Kelvin. Our real temperature is 275 Kelvin, which is equal to 2 degrees Celsius. So now I can go ahead and plug in the numbers. And I get N equals P, which is 1.01325 times 10 to the 5th pascals times my volume, which is 0.635 meters cubed, and that whole thing's over my R, 8.31, and that's pascals times meters cubed over moles Kelvin, and finally times the temperature, which has to be in kelvins to match that of the constant, and that's 275 Kelvin. Plugging this into my calculator, I get that N is equal to 28.2 moles. So that is the answer to the first part of the problem. Now the second part of the problem says, what is the mass of the air in the refrigerator? So I need to solve for mass. And it gives us that the average molar mass of air, so a molar mass they give me, is 29 grams per mole. Now if I'm looking for mass, I can have it in grams. In this case, I know the number of moles that I have, so I'm just going to multiply by the number of moles I found in the refrigerator. So my molar mass times my number of moles. Solve this by canceling out the units, right? Moles in the numerator, moles in the denominator. And this gives me 818 grams, which to sig figs, and by the way, that's my mass. To sig figs, we will get 820 grams.